Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to be going over the all-new 2020 Ford F-150 Limited. And I haven't decided if I'm going to post this video first or the video between this Limited and then obviously a Ram Limited. We'll see which one heads up first. But anyways, we're going to do a quick walk around on the truck, then we're going to take it out to see how it drives as well. A big shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo, Utah for providing us with the F-150 Limited. Check out their inventory in the link below if you're in the market for a new Ford or Lincoln. Under the hood here we have a twin turbocharged 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 17 around town and then 21 on the highway. Power outputs are 450 horsepower and then 510 pound-feet of torque. So yes, same engine as the Raptor. Now let's finish things up on the front end of things. So let's go to the top of the hood first and foremost. You can see that this is finished in the star white metallic. It's got a really nice kind of like pearl effect in the sunlight. Absolutely love it. But these two raised parts, standard F-150 hood, to be honest. But it says limited on the front, so you guys know what you're driving. And then you can see we've got the LED lights and then little LED accent lights that go all the way around. Fog lights are just down below. You've got tow hooks on the front side of things. Chrome, and it's not like a very high gloss finish. It's kind of like an anodized kind of platinum type finish on it, if that makes sense. You guys can kind of see the finish on it. It looks a lot more premium compared to just like, you know, bright chrome like you can see here on the Ford logo. But here's one more look at the front end. So around the side here we've got 22-inch rims in the front and the back as well. 275mm tires, pretty standard setup, nothing special here. Regular kind of all-season tires on the truck, nothing too crazy. They do have these little kind of like fender flares that go all the way around, which nice little touch, obviously widens the truck just a little bit. F-150 limited badging. Mirrors are body painted. And then I do want to mention the door handles before we head to the back. You can see the door handles are finished in that same kind of like I said, anodized platinum. I feel like that's the best way to put it. Just the finish on it looks really, really premium. Here's our key fob for the F-150 Limited. It says Ford on the back. You have a couple functions: your lock and unlock, remote start, and your tailgate release. So if we lock the truck, press the remote start function twice, it'll start up. You hear that 3.5 liter come to life. Notice that this has the dual outlet exhaust just like the Raptor. Press it again and that'll shut it right off. Now if we press the tailgate release function, it'll drop down the tailgate. And then you'll notice that this one does not have a bed liner. You can get that optioned out, but they don't have it as standard equipment, so they're not going to make you pay for it if you don't want bed liner. We can see we've got LED bed lights on both sides and my ugly shadow on that side. But anyways, cab lights up top. You've got the power rear setting window in the back there. Pretty standard setup here in the bed. And this one does have Ford's little bed steps, so you can pull this basically. You can step onto that. It makes getting into the truck a whole lot easier. There is this little thing that you can pull out as well, basically to use as a handle. And then when you want to store it back, it's pretty easy. Just lock it back into place and you are good to go. Now lifting up the tailgate, it's actually pretty light. You do need a little bit of muscle to get it up at that very top portion. But you can see it says limited on the back. F-150, Ford logo, EcoBoost just down below. All the plugins for towing are right there next to the license plate area. You got your receiver hitch down below, and like I said, dual outlet exhaust just like on the Raptor. This is the only other F-150 besides the Raptor where you can get that dual outlet exhaust. And then you guys can see the parking sensors that dot the back of the bumper. And then here's one more look at the rear of the Limited. And of course I forgot to mention the taillights. This has the upgraded LED taillights. You can see that they go all the way around on that. And then obviously you've got the sensors in here for like the blind spot system and all that. But now let's head to the back. Now you can see power running boards popped right out. We can look at the panel here in the back, and this has got to be the nicest door panel on any Ford F-150. So you got this really nice premium leather here at the top. You can see the nice wood trim inserted into there. You've got your window control right here. And then the seats, these are probably my favorite part. So in terms of like seats in the truck business right now, these seats just like comfort wise are really, really comfortable. Looks obviously are gonna be subjective. I like the little Limited plaque kind of right there. And then you can see that if we go to the cup holders right here, those pull it just like any other F-150. And then we can come down over here. We can see that we've got a couple charging stations, heated seats. You got a little 12 volt right there, vents, cup holders at the top, and then the back of the seat's finished in that leather. But yeah, that's kind of like the key point, is just the leather, just how it looks and then how it feels. And I forgot to mention, obviously you can pick up the seat, extra storage under here, and nothing in that area, but flat loading floor at least, so nice that they have that. Got keyless entry, so one touch to lock it, and then to unlock it, you just have to slip your hand in the back of the door handle and it'll unlock. Now opening it up, you can see the running boards will pop out. Again, here's the door panel in the front, which you notice will look pretty much the same as the one in the rear. So same nice leather trim at the top and the bottom, and this leather right here is very, very well padded. Again, more of that really nice looking trim, wood trim right here with the little door handle. All of your window controls right there in that area, mirror controls as well. Your door lock and unlock with your memory seat function, and then here is the seat here in the front of the Limited, just so you guys can get kind of a full look on it. Has that same little Limited plaque at the top of it, and you can just kind of see the little details on it. I actually really like these seats. Again, my favorite seats so far with Ford, other than the Recaros and the Raptor, obviously. You can see full power adjustments right there, little Limited plaque, and then you can see the pedal layout just down below. Parking brake is right here. These are your power adjustable pedals. All of your light controls are in this area, like fog lights. Got your little cargo light as well. These are your mirror lights on the side. And then to the side of the steering wheel, you can see that the steering wheel is going to be power adjustable. Start up in Limited, just put your foot on the brake, push start. Say built Ford tough, just like all the other Fords, and everything will come to life. Now we can see the steering wheel here on the F-150 Limited. Let's kind of zoom in on it now. You can see that we've got the volume controls right here, voice command controls, phone controls, all that kind of stuff. Ford in the center, got kind of this cool little trim here at the bottom. Adaptive cruise control here on the other side. And then over here we've got this for the little center stack right there. And then the steering wheel you can see fully wrapped in leather, all this like nice brown leather. I really like the feeling of the steering wheel. It's a very smooth feeling steering wheel. I wish it was a little bit fatter, but I still really like it in general. And then again, got your little stock for the turn signal / windshield wipers, all that on the side. We've got our gauges here in the center. You've got your RPMs on the left side. On the right side, you've got your speed. And then you got this little center menu, which you can scroll through. You can see it's just like all the other upgraded F-150s. Nothing too special here. You've got these two pages, which on all the F-150s is my favorite. Set up the trailer stuff, and then also like the off-road status tells you all that kind of stuff. So you can see as I turn the steering wheel, it'll kind of show me the degrees. So I think that's a really nice touch. And then Limited! Okay, sorry, let's keep going. We've got our center control stack out here, stability control, hazard lights. That's for the camera system, which we'll go over in a minute. And then auto stop start is right there. And then we've got our whole center display, which we'll get to this in a minute. I actually want to go over the stuff, you know, that's all around it, essentially, first and foremost. You can see that we've got a full power outlet with a 12-volt right there. Analog controls for that center stack, and then it does have dual zone climate. You notice that it does have heated and ventilated seats for the front passengers. This is your trailer backup system. Up above it, you've got your 2-wheel high, 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, and then you've got the lockers in the rear, which is nice. Trailer brakes are already integrated as well. Vents on both sides, and now let's get into the touchscreen. So with this whole center touchscreen setup, it's Ford's upgraded system. So I'm gonna press a couple buttons so you guys can kind of see load time and response time on a couple different functions. You guys can see it's relatively quick. If we actually pop into reverse, you can see the camera system will pop up. You can zoom in on the receiver hitch if you are planning on towing something. And by the way, from talking to John, one of the sales guys here, he says that the F-150 Limited isn't the best truck for towing. It would be an STX with the 3.5 EcoBoost, you know, one of the base models, but he said that this with the Raptor engine doesn't tow as good as a traditional 3.5. Just so you guys can know on that, just to help you out. Bird's eye view, obviously, and then you've got all the other camera angles as well, so you guys can kind of see just all those different views. So full camera system, really nice. And then seats, this is important. You can see that we've got all the adjustments on it and everything, so really solid setup with the infotainment system. This really nice wood paneling here, which actually feels and looks really premium. You've got a couple of little charging stations just down below here in that little storage area. Press that back, it'll slide back. Here is the shifter for the 10-speed automatic. Got the dual shift mode if you want to shift the gears yourself. And then you can see all the different gear selections right there in that area. Some cup holders. We've got the Limited F-150. I really like how they've done with this center console. I wish they would do this on more of the F-150 models. Oh, parallel and perpendicular parking assist, and then you've got your lane departure assistance. And then if we open up the console, see, just like all the other Fords, tons of storage space, nothing too special there. We can come over here, more of the really nice kind of wood trim in the back right there, and we can open up the glove box here. You can see tons of storage. It has the 2 shelves, so you got like the top shelf and the bottom shelf. And then really nice leather with the stitching and everything up above. So the leather all over this dash, by the way, I really like it. So on the parts that they do use, it's really nice leather. So Ford's done a good job there. I just wish they'd use a little bit more of it. Now I've got a little sunglass holder right here. This is the button for the power rear sliding window. So you can open and close that right there. Got all of your lights up here. Universal garage door openers, full panoramic sunroof. And then notice that the headliner is suede, so you guys can kind of see here on this part. That's the best way to show it. You guys can see that it's suede. I love suede headliners. I wish that more truck manufacturers would put this in more of their models, because guess what? People that drive trucks do like this kind of stuff. Okay, so now that we've gone over the interior, let's get into your favorite part, which is pricing. So this 2020 F-150 Limited stickers for about $74,000 before any type of market adjustment, which before you guys are like, oh my gosh, that is absolutely crazy. If you do a fully loaded Ram 1500 Limited, it's about the same price. 2 completely different trucks, right? This one has more power and torque, the Ram, different interior. And again, I'll have a comparison video on those. But yeah, different trucks, but I mean, they're pretty close in, you know, price MSRP to MSRP. But that being said, let's take the F-150 Limited out, see how it drives. So before we set off here, let's talk about visibility. So you can see visibility over the hood of the F-150 Limited, just like all the other F-150s, through both of the mirrors, and they do have blind spot monitoring. You can see through the other mirror. Identical throughout the rear. I mean, visibility wise, it is exactly the same as any other F-150, but let's set off. Initially setting off the F-150 Limited, let's talk about road noise and ride quality. So in terms of road noise, it's really well insulated, just like all the other F-150s. I mean, I'm not noticing any difference, so it's a well insulated cabin. In terms of ride quality, I am noticing with these bigger rims, it does feel a little bit rougher than the Lariat that I recently drove. And so, yeah, you do have bigger, nicer looking rims, but you are going to give up on ride quality to an extent to get the larger rims. Now, steering on this F-150 Limited, really light. Actually, I feel like they kind of almost tuned this steering differently. It feels a little bit different than the other F-150s. Still really direct, but it almost feels just a little bit lighter than the other F-150s. I might be crazy, guys, but yeah, it just feels lighter. Now let's get a little acceleration with the Limited. Definitely a lot quieter than the Raptor. There's no sport mode or anything like that, so I know that has the same power and torque as a Raptor, but it does not feel as quick as the Raptor. I feel like the Raptor's got just a little bit more pep than this, and it's just because of the sport mode and all that. It'll hold it at higher RPMs, all that kind of stuff, but it's still a really quick truck. I mean, in terms of half tons, you know, luxury half tons, this is definitely by far the quickest. Well, now that we're kind of stuck in a little bit of traffic here, let's finish things up on the F-150 Limited. So where does this truck really stand? It's kind of an interesting truck. Like I said, it's not the best, you know, towing capability wise with the F-150s. You know, you'd be better off getting a Platinum, for example, with the 3.5 EcoBoost, and that would be better at towing than this truck. But it's an amazing truck, right? It's got the nicest interior out of all the F-150s. You have that Raptor engine, and so like if you want all the power and you want that cool dual exhaust look that the Raptor has, but you don't want to pay, obviously, I mean, it is pretty much Raptor money, but most places will charge over MSRP for Raptors. You don't want to pay over MSRP for the truck, and you know, you just want something that's nice and comfortable and luxurious and just fast as well. Then this F-150 Limited is a great truck to look into. It definitely is a solid luxury truck, and if I didn't already release it, we will be seeing a comparison video between this and a Ram. And there we have it, everyone, the 2020 Ford F-150 Limited. I really like this truck. I love the interior on this, all the nice accents. Definitely the nicest interior in any Ford F-150. But as always, a big shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo, Utah for providing us with the truck. If you're in the market for a new Ford or Lincoln, check out their inventory in the link below. If you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe. I'll see all of you in that next video.